Hey guys and gals, let's take a look at the Tudor Corner by Lego Icons. This is set number 10350. Contains 3,266 bricks, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego, kindly for sending this to me. I don't know the retail price, but tell them by the piece count, probably 250 bucks. I'm not sure, so check the description for the correct value. And modular building collection. Oh yeah. Yeah, and I've done a few modular buildings in my Lego, if you want to call it a career, and they've been pretty much good builds. I've been pretty satisfied. So looks like we have, I think that's the museum and the jazz club, and that's the Tudor Corner. All the various stuff inside. So looks like we have a 4-layer special, and we got some measurements. So obviously it's 10 inches or 26 centimeters, and it's 31 centimeters or 12 inches tall. So that's a lot to go on there. And yeah, and I got one more thing to show you here before I forget. It's the minifigures. Sounds like you're just your garden variety minifigures. What is that? 7 minifigures in total. Yeah, looks pretty interesting. Well, let's unbox this beast. Let's cut all the safety tape off, and have to keep it a little quiet because right now everybody's in bed. It's Thanksgiving Eve when I'm filming this, so I'll get ready for the turkey dinner for tomorrow. Alrighty, let's see what we have in here. I mean, obviously it's Lego. Okay, oh, it's got paper bags, so we don't know exactly what's in here. Well, obviously, we can tell we have a bag 19. What do we have in here? We don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set all these off to the side here. And we're just going to dig in here very slowly. So, let's keep a note. We already have a bag 19. That'll help me out when I'm doing the build. Okay. We found a number 20. And some random plates. What are those? 6x16s? Yeah, they just keep coming and coming, huh? I have so many Lego sets right now coming in, it's not even funny. If it's up to 20 bags, that's fine, and I can break that down pretty evenly. Okay, so it looks like we have 20 bags of bricks. And let's see what's in here. Well, that's kind of interesting. They used to put these in those envelopes. Lego, what are you trying to say? We're not supposed to have those? Or I have to carefully open that up, or no? I know I'm bumping into the camera right now. I'm not set up for big sets. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to rip this open. Okay, well, I guess the envelopes for the tax paperwork is long gone. Well, maybe we can still use this. All right. At least it's recycled paper. I actually like these. These are pretty cool. Okay. This looks like we got ourselves a bound instruction manual. It's like almost like a phone book, how thick it is. And yeah, and don't worry, I'll have that scanned so you won't scan it. Oh, Lego! You sent me a ripped book? I keep these for reference. Well, now I'm disappointed. But it was packed in here, so I think that might have been happening when they were packing these. Oh no, we have one of these. Oh, but I gotta get the box cutter that I just lost. Well, you know what I'll have to use? A brick separator. I know, warning, I'm shaking the camera. I'm sorry, but it just has to be done. And I've already had enough paper cuts from doing paperwork, trying to wrap up this year's work. So, oh, they have these in here. Okay, anything else hiding in the bottom of that? So I will save this for papers. Alright, that's pretty cool. Now, I got a bunch of these. I was hoping it'd be a dark green or some wacky color. But for the most part, it doesn't look too bad. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do it here. And just by unboxing the set, it's not a bad build so far. It looks like I got my work cut out for me. And you're getting 20 bags. I don't really count the miscellaneous because, you know, let's see if we can fit all these in here. I know some say I spend too much time unboxing the set. Well, I do formal unboxings. I like to do the unboxings so we can see what we have in here. So when you get your copy of the set, you know what to expect. So you're like, oh, I don't know if I can handle all these bags. You'll need to get, you're probably going to get some help. But from what I'm gathering on this set, from what I can just tell, that's the most important. That's the last one. But I think this is going to be a modular build. That means that you could build this with a friend or two. I think it may go up to 3 people comfortably. All right, let's get these in here. Or you can just fast forward. I mean, let's put them all in here. I know some like the lengthy videos. This is the most important one right here. We're going to need to start with that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to head over to my second channel and I'm going to build the set. And we're talking an in-depth build. In addition to knocking parts on the sofa, I'm going to just completely just do a build on this one. We're going to dive right on into it and see what makes it tick. And then I'm going to come back and we'll take a closer look at this set. I mean, we're going to go deep in this one because this is right up my alley here. And I think that's it for the bags. So as you can tell, that's a lot of stuff there for this set. Well, I'm going to put it together. We're going to see what it looks like. Here we are at the Tudor Corner, and this set is packed with a lot of features. So we're just going to do a quick 360 spin tour, and we're going to take a closer look at everything in a bit. So here we have the cafe or bar, or the pub if you want to call it that. Got a couple of menu boards here, and those are printed. I like this little railing here. And on this side here, we got ourselves a little shop. I think that's for textiles, like suits and fabrics and stuff. And these 2 floors up here are living areas. And here's the back. Nothing to see here, but this is meant to have another modular sitting up against it. Do have some greenery here. And you can attach another modular here, or you can have this as a vacant lot. Because this is finished off, so you can do a lot here. Rear entry, we've got ourselves a little dumpster with a cat by it. So maybe the cat's waiting for a handout. Got this clock here and stuff like that. But this doesn't serve justice. Let's take a closer look. Here we are with a few minifigures sitting outside the pub. And these seats are not really minifigure friendly because, well, her tall hairdo keeps running into this plant. That will come off sometimes. Some of them do have double-sided heads. And yes, that is printed. The old Guarded Inn. I do like the greenery on this. It just adds a lot of color. There's a close-up of that rail. Here's a little bike. We got this lady in here with her, I think that's a cat, or it could be a dog. Got this gentleman here waving. And yes, those menu boards are printed. Those are not stickers. So I'm going to have to snag a few of those up for future restaurant builds. Lots of big windows. Here's that petite shop. This does open up here. Take a peek inside. Too bad Lego does not have light kits for these. It'd be pretty cool. Lots of different styles of windows, and a lot of these are modular, so I'm sure they can be transplanted in other creations. I do like the texture of this. And a set of windows here. Look how seamless this roof is. That's really good. And here's the roof. 2 chimneys, although one's a faux chimney right here. This one here continues down to the 2nd floor. We got our chimney sweep. That's kind of cool. We got our top hatch to get inside. And here's the side entry. Now these stairs do pop off. We got this lady here walking down, probably going to go to the pub. But these stairs do come off here, and I'll show you how they come out. There's a little spot here. You just reach in and you pull this up like this to get this out. The reason I'm pulling it out now, because there is a bathroom in there. We'll take a closer look at that in a bit, but I will forget that, so that's why I pulled that out now. Here's the back with the dumpster. And there's a fish inside there. Rear entry door. Yeah, Lego builds are always dark inside for some reason. There's no light in there. We got our side entry door, and yes, this does open up pretty easily. Opens up all the way. Little balcony there. And yeah, I'm overall happy with the detail on this. This is really just packed with lots of good detail. I mean, look at the roof. Everything just looks seamless on this model, just for the exterior. It looks really good, but what does the interior look like? Well, let's take a closer look at the 1st floor. Here we have the little bar, and looks like someone's having eggs, hash browns, and bacon, so I'm assuming that's what that's for right there. I like the lamps on top. That's got a lot of detail. I like the way this bar turned out, too. And what does it look like on the inside there? Right there. The only thing I don't like is that's not finished off there at the bottom. But still, nonetheless, that's pretty cool. Got a clock there. You're going to see a lot of clocks in this set, trust me. Just wait for it. There's the entry. You got another menu board there. It looks like one of those high-end restaurants. And everything is finished off. There's nothing really left open in here. And here's a close-up of this bathroom. If I can get the camera in there. Just the toilet. That's all there is. That's more like an outdoor bathroom, or just a public bathroom. That's all it is. There's no sink in there. So I can come in here, see if I can get a better view of the bathroom for you. There you go. And then we have the little kitchen area. Let's get in there and get a better shot of that. Pretty tight, but I think this wall is meant to come out, so you can have easy access into the interior. And that's much better. So Lego thought ahead on this, but there's a lot of pieces that you can lose in here just by taking things off and on and stuff. So you just put that back in there, and there's the little textile shop. And yes, having this turntable makes things a lot easier. I like the tile work on that floor. As a matter of fact, I think this is supposed to be our mannequin. It's supposed to sit in here like that to greet you and scare the kids off. But yeah, this is really nice for the 1st floor. Well, we're going to take a look at the 2nd floor because that one's just as fun. Here's a close-up of that large clock. They said that thing's running a little slow. Well, let's take a look in here. And yes, that's a lot of clocks. This is the Clockworks repair shop. And this workbench here, that was a nightmare. That thing kept falling apart. That's a lot of detail, but it was not very sturdy to begin with. And you think that's not enough clocks? There's a grandfather clock and a wall clock here. Now inside of here we have a little area under the stairs, and for some reason there's a vacuum that I can never get out back in there. I don't know if I can, but see if I can get that out of there. Let's try the other hand. There's a lot of things in here. I'm trying to get it out. I'm getting my finger coiled around it. I can't get it out of there. One more shot and I'm going to have to give up. Oh, there we go. Just a little canister vac. And the plate came off, but there's supposed to be a little trap door in here, but I don't know what the point of that is. It doesn't open up all the way. So it's hard to say. Maybe it's an escape hatch. And yes, more clocks. If you're looking for a lot of clocks for your creations, like a clock pack, this set has got you covered. I mean, look at all the styles of clocks in here. Some of these are really nice. I can see these being put in some of my creations. And we have a little fireplace here with a clock on top. But look how many windows are in here. This is a lot of windows for such a small little area. I do like the aerial rug in here. That's pretty cool. And the stairs take you up to the 3rd floor. And those are all snotted together. That means stud's not on top. See if I can get a better angle of them, but that's not your traditional plates. It's mostly just angular brackets. And yeah, this floor here's got a lot of accessories. So if you're looking for furnishings with clocks, there you go. Well, let's head up to the 3rd floor. So here's the spot that takes us up to the 3rd floor. First thing we see is a painting and a little bookshelf. I do like that area rug, and that plant does add a lot of color. And looks like somebody's into collecting bugs. And that right there is a cat scratching post where the cats climb on and scratch the living daylights out of that. And then we got a nice sofa. I do like the way that sofa's made. It's simple. That's a lot of snot to make that look good, but that really does serve its purpose. And then here we have a little litter box with some newspaper and a little sink. And some lights back up there. And it's a bit dark. Hoping it shows up. But from what I can tell on this floor, everything's finished off. Here's that door. We can open this up and go out into the little balcony. And there's the ladder that takes you up to the 3rd floor, or to the roof. And that's all there is up here. It's just a little area. As a matter of fact, there's not even a bed, so maybe that's a sofa bed. But it's a lot of stuff that could be used. Like, this is a nice idea right here. These could be used for a pet shop. You could use this for a pet shop. This would be great for a little small apartment, even the coffee table. Lots of good details in this. This is really heavily packed. Compared to the very first Lego modular, which was the Cafe Corner, which had no furnishings, this one here has just got a lot of stuff. Lots of small pieces, though. Even I had a hard time putting some stuff together, but as you can tell, this is exactly what we're talking about. It's very heavily packed with details. Well, here are my thoughts on the Tudor Corner. Let's start with build experience on the Tudor Corner. And honestly, at the beginning of the build, it was dry and boring. And I think it was mainly due to all the tiles. But once we started constructing the walls, it wasn't too bad. Now, there is some parts of this build that are pretty tedious. No repetitious building or steps, but a lot of this stuff involves a lot of small pieces. You are looking at 3,266 bricks, but a lot of them are small. But it does add a lot of detail. But if you're not a fan of small pieces, this is probably not the set for you. This is not like your old classic Cafe Corner. This does have a lot of small pieces involved. But as you can tell, it's caked with lots of detail. Build quality is pretty good. There was some instances that things fell apart, like the desk that was inside the Clockworks workshop. And some of this stuff like these clocks on here could fall off. I didn't have any of the greenery stuff fall off, but some of this stuff just feels like it's tacked in, and some of it is robust. It's not coming off. So I'd say the build quality is everywhere on this one, but I would say it's more average to above average. But once you're done building this, very few things will fall off. Play value, it is a playable model, but it's not portable. Yes, it's on a 10 by 10 stud plate, but this thing is heavy. So this is not something you can just drag around wherever you want to go. It's meant, once you're done with it, you can set it down somewhere and play with it. Now, if you want to play with it, the floors, as you saw, do detach. But keep it on a turntable, because it's a lot easier to spin this around than it is to have it sitting on a table trying to drag the whole thing around. And you can plus pick it up like this. So have it on something you can easily pick it up, even like a tray you'd use to serve breakfast in bed or something with handles. So you can actually move this around. It's heavy. It's not a lightweight build. There's a lot of detail in this. It weighs it down. But it is a playable model, highly detailed model nonetheless. Now, there's a lot of good building techniques that I found in this set that could be used for other creations. You can use these windows. Those are modular. I like the roof technique here. I'm sure we can transplant that into something. This window, I believe, was modular. It looks like it is. The doors are modular. And all sorts of stuff. It's meant to extract ideas and use them for other things. So I'm very pleased with that. It inspires myself, I'm sure it inspires somebody else, to really get into building his or her own model. This has got a lot of good ideas to be extracted from. Or if you want to, and some people actually do, they'll part these out for pieces. This one's got a lot of good source of parts, but remember, it's a lot of small parts. But it does have a lot of good building ideas and parts for other creations. Now, seeing that this is a modular, it's obviously compatible. And now we do have 2 anchor points. We have one here and one here. So you can join this with other modulars. So this is meant to be dropped in a Lego City. This is Lego City friendly. As you can see, it's packed with lots of features. It's finished off. It's got a roof. It's got a back. This is ready to just pick up and set in your city. So for me, I'm pretty pleased with the build. Now, for my final score in the set, I have to give it an 8.3 because there was a few issues with it. First, some of these pieces were scratched. I was very disappointed with that. I dinged a point off for that. And then little points here and there for things falling apart while constructing the set, like the Clockworks workbench. That was probably the most fragile part of this whole build. Just one piece of furniture I just had problems with. And some of these panels on the side you had to put together. Some of them felt like they were going to crumble in. Other than that, it's a really good, robust build. But if you're not into small pieces, this one is not for you. Even I was like getting tired. My fingers were very faintful when I was done with this, because now I'm done putting it together. But you can see, though, the outcome looks really good. This is a really nice build. So if you're into building modulars, you want a challenging build, this one was challenging. Even for myself, this was a very challenging build. It was very difficult at times to put together. And pay attention to the building guide. This is one that you cannot slumber on here. You're going to have to read that book, because even I have made several mistakes. If you watch the build installments, I made tons of them building this. I corrected them, but just work through this very slow. But overall, I'm pleased with the set. It doesn't look crowded. It just looks like it's packed with lots of detail, and that's exactly what this is. This is going to look good. Look at all the colors in here. I'm sure this is going to look good in pretty much any Lego City. But tell me what you think of the Tudor Corner. For me, I'm overall satisfied, but it was just a challenging build.